Alright, am I coming through? Excellent. I can't quite hear myself. I've got a new pair of headphones, and they're quite tight. Trying to get the windows situated for me here. There we go. Excuse me while I finish chewing this licorice. Also, yesterday's stream of Bunker Punks is almost available. It's just finishing processing. I had to re-render it since the game audio was so much louder than me. And then I had to re-render it again when my external hard drive fucked up overnight. But I finally got it uploaded. Yes, black licorice. I'm one of like 5 people in the United States that loves it. They're not too tight, Chunk Boy, it's just... they're tighter than the older version. It's the same model, they're AKG K240s. It's just you need to break them in a little bit. They start out pretty close on your ears. Is that the flavor compound? Aldosterone? Oh no, it's a... I had to look it up. It's the first time I've seen the word. It's a steroidal hormone. Well, I did hear how if you, as you get older, if you eat too much black licorice, you start to get high, like a irregular heartbeat. So, pretty much know how I'm gonna die. There we go, Bunker Punks has... And then I did the thing... If you don't upload videos to YouTube, you don't know the pleasure it is of clicking very slightly off of the playlist button, so now it won't load. It is the weirdest little bug in their programming that they've never fixed. Just give me a second here to make the Bunker Punks video public. I did it again. My mouse is being weird today. Feels looser than usual. Luckily, I'm going to play this game on a controller. And I should actually let people know that I'm streaming. So excuse me while I post the link around. In the meantime, for folks who don't know, I do have a public Discord server. And you are welcome to join. Just be sure to read the rules, and they're not massively overbearing rules. Just generally don't be a dick. Let me be sure if it's the right. It is not the right link. That must have changed the invite system. That's annoying. You're not late at all. We haven't started yet. But yeah, if you're not already on my Discord server and you'd like to join, there's a link for it. All right. Close all of that out. And we're good to start. Got a recording going. Make sure nobody's messaging me. Not just people notifying that people have joined the Discord. And it doesn't detect my controller just yet, so let me restart the game. I think we're good to go. There we go. Alright, welcome everyone to a little stream of Dark Souls Remastered. I don't know if anyone remembers the streams that Travis and I did back on the console. This was a couple years back. We never actually finished the game. I doubt I'm necessarily going to finish it here, but I'm going to play a little bit of it. So Dark Souls Remastered, it's them reselling the game at full price with nothing justifying it. No matter what anyone says, it's just a slightly prettier version. There's a couple of improvements, but nothing to justify selling it for as much as it is. But whatever. So that means we get to make another character. So we made a person in Monster Hunter World when I played it, the worst hunter, and I've continued playing her. She was good fun. Let's say we make the worst undead. The worst and I make there's just one letter too many. We'll make her worst undead. What class should we go with? I want to lean towards Cleric because that mace she starts out with is very useful, especially if you're going to go into the graveyard, because it just crumples the skeletons. Clerics make for terrible undead, says OWD. The Deprive also does start with a club. And they start at level 6 with pretty good stats. She also comes with a master key. Sinistar suggests I say be a sneak thief. I'm gonna be one no matter what. I'm thinking in terms of the equipment I start out with. But no matter what, I'm gonna put my stuff into the sneakier aspects. So let's go with a cleric. People are suggesting I start with a master key, and yes, I agree. I wonder, is that information changed from the game? Because I know the pendant has absolutely no use. To the point it's been a really long-running joke about it. But I wonder if that emphasizes it, but whatever. Master key. It's way too thin. Tiny head. I'll go average. Slightly aggressive babyface. Let's go with aggressive babyface. And she's the worst cleric as well, so she has hair. Let's go with pigtails. It's totally unbefitting. And already black, which is necessary. Now we can customize. I'm gonna do the classic thing. Yeah, it's Abby from NCIS. So I'm gonna do the fun thing of moving that all the way to different, and just jackhammer it and see what we get. Starting to look a bit like Fiona from Shrek. Let's keep going. I don't know why, I'm particularly tickled by that one. She's gotta be old, I think. She's starting to look a little like... Who's that one? I don't know if he's a priest or something, but like the preacher for, his name just fell out of my head. Thanos. From Infinity War. Doesn't look exactly like it, but there's an air of it. That looks fantastic. That is not medley.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed.
And in the age of agents, except for this form.
Grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame.
A chorus.
Nito, the
Nito.
first of the dead.
Cool, it's so bright. It sure is Nito!
And her daughters of chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten.
So easily forgot to only give one when we did the DLC for Dark Souls 3.
With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales.
And that's all they could do.
The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease.
Which, since they were immortal, didn't really affect them.
The scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more.
What a bunch of dicks, they weren't doing anything.
Thus began the age of fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
It's awfully bright for a dark sign. One of the cool things that I did like about Dark Souls 2, it's not a big thing, but just pointing it out, is that in the swamp area, the guys with the big hammers, you could see the dark sign on their shoulders.
And in this land,
I liked that design decision.
the undead are corralled and led to the north.
It was a game light on design decisions that I liked. So just credit where it's due.
They are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
You look pretty good for a corpse. That was bad for my back.
Man, my eyes just disappeared. So forgive me if you actually would like any of this explained to you. If for whatever reason you might be new to Dark Souls. Because I'm probably just gonna burn right through this. I've played this game to absolute death. I will say, at the very least, they made a version for PC that actually works from the get-go. Like, you don't actually need to install DS Fix. Which you really did for the original version of Dark Souls on a PC. Right. So anyway, I'm not even gonna try to kill this guy with just my little half-broken sword. You can actually see him from right here. He's ready for us, and you can still hear the stomping around. The guy down there is not the one you fight. You can actually fight him later. Aw. Sounds like he was disappointed. Black Assassin asks, "Hey Thorn, you liked Demon Souls, so how did you feel when the servers closed?" That's disappointing. Because, like, there was a scare when I was doing the LP, I think, in between when I brought in, or like when Travis had to drop out and when I brought in Yami, it's sort of like in between there. They had to drop down the servers at that point. It was just an accident at that point. Like, they just forgot to do something about it. But then they did it for real, which is sad because even though the multiplayer wasn't very active for Demon Souls, it's still a really good game that holds up pretty well. So it's too bad people won't get to experience going online, even though not many people did lately to begin with. I guess it's not a huge loss because there wasn't many on there. I had to I just had to specifically bring in people to join me for there to be a multiplayer. Never fall for that. No one should fall for it ever again. Ooh, one hit.
You're no hollow.
I mean, look at me.
I'm done for.
Look into my eyes.
I'll die soon. then lose my sanity.
Would you like to see a Demon Souls remastered? Possibly.
You and I were both
If they actually improved it and didn't just charge full price for it again.
regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family.
Got a destruction Yomi mentions. Too bad they didn't fix the broken backstab mechanics in this game. They didn't fix anything.
Maketh pilgrimage to the
They literally just made it slightly prettier,
ringeth the bell of awakening.
and that's pretty much it.
Of the undead thou shalt.
None of the actual issues with the game have been fixed, but they still charged more than just the other version,
More thing.
the original PC version.
Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Fire juice.
And this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
Immediately trip and fall on my face. But listen. The only thing they tried to fix was the duplication glitch, but people still found a way to do it anyway. That's great. At least it runs at 60 FPS too. I need to get reused to these controls because I've been playing so much Monster Hunter. Whoa. I think he fired that while I was in midair, so it went over me. Like Assassin, speaking of old games, Thorn, would you be willing to help boost a petition to Sega to remake Skies of Arcadia? Depends on what you mean by boost. You mean like retweet or something? Because I'll be honest, I've signed plenty of petitions in my time, very little has ever happened with them. And they're like important things. Yeah, he's not. You say it's a bad angle, it worked out alright for me. That must have been a step the guy down there made. Because it sounded sort of like someone died after I'd killed the monster. I'm willing to sign the petition, yeah. Looked funny from that angle. Somebody died right there. Great. There it is. I knew there was an item around here.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
They never said it'd be eaten, though. That was unfortunate.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
The land of ancient lords. Lordland, ancient. And in a tree. Oh. So I like at the bonfire here, in this area, it immediately starts out kindled. So you get 10 Estus right away. Now let's see, do not worry about resistance, it never helps you. Darn stamina and equip load. But probably be pretty useful. I'll put it in his strength because I need to wreck some shit with this mace. And I think I can get one more level in here. No, I cannot. I need to kill something first. I don't care about you. I do like the prettier, bright blue look of the items. Violinist got really tired really quickly.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thur.
Grandson?
Do business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Do I offend?
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Thanks.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
I didn't even have to try.
Let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Nah. Well, I do start out with a talisman, don't I? And I think I start... Yeah, I start out with a heal. I should equip my talisman. I only get a heal, but the extra healing will be nice when I inevitably fuck up. So I never knew this about this chest over here that's just always open. It's for if you lose something important. Like I think a key item or a story item, you'll find it in there. Correct me if I'm wrong. I very well could be. But anyway, yeah, let's just go right into the world of the undead. For fun. And definitely for profit. Jesus. I gotta get used to dodging with the circle button again. I'm too used to using X. Monster Hunter, why do you have to have such unusual controls? No, I should keep my damn shield out. If you can stun lock him like that, it's pretty useful. Ugh. It occurs to me I should come back to that later. I guess it's useful if you know what the fuck you're doing. And my hands are not built for Dark Souls anymore, I guess. There we go. Get him in a stun lock. Get over here. I ain't dealing with the other ones. Interesting when they go in a parry stance, because I don't think that's something you can do. One of my favorite things about Demon Souls was because the skeletons were weak to blunt damage, it was actually much more useful to go right into level 4 and just use your fists. Because it's blunt. When you hear a ringing, that's actually someone else on the server ringing the bell in their own world. Oh, shit. This is what panic looks like. Usually they continue coming after you. There they are. It's always the one jag-alf with the big sword. Thank you, bird. I was hoping he would fall to his death. His re-death. No, don't kill the bird. I need him to get back to the asylum. There's something almost comical. Break him in half. The half rebuilds. Oh, he's got 1 HP left. Probably could have killed him through his shield. Now, there are big boys over here. There's one right now. They are also weak to the blunt damage. They at least stagger with a small attack. Don't kick me, you jerk. I die and they put a kick me sign on my back. Kick him back. I don't think that's going to be very effective. I forget what I picked up. I feel like it was the Zweihander. No, it was the winged spear. Or was it? It was something. It wasn't the Zweihander, though. Which is a good reason to come out here. It was a winged spear? Okay. There's the Zweihander. We'll let the little ones come in. Or the big ones. Fine. That's how you want to play it. Oh. Invincibility frames. I think those are the only 2 big ones out here. So I should be okay now. I say that I've killed the 2 without dying. It's all the little guys that kept killing me. Yomi says, fun fact, if you put on the orange charred ring, kicking will actually do damage. That is a fun fact. Just give them no chance. Oh, too bad they can hear me. The way he was running, he looked so joyful. Is that all of them? I think it was. I don't know why I picked up the binoculars. I'm not going to be using them. Probably. Now, if you had the wherewithal, you could go all the way to getting to a fighting Pinwheel. And then you could kindle bonfires all the way up to 20 Estus. But I highly recommend getting a holy weapon first. Because this regular mace, it ain't gonna kill enemies. You're gonna have to kill the necromancers on the way, and it is a tough ride. Damn. Oh, this is getting bad. Back up and stop holding down X to run. He is stuck on the stairs. And that's how you inefficiently clear out the graveyard. Junkboy asks, is there any equivalent to Unrelenting Force here? I think there is. I don't know if it's called that or Word of God, but there's a force push that you can use to push enemies back. Now, let's see. What can I do with the Zweihander? What do I need to wield it? Oh, I'm not equipped to wield it in multiple ways. And then I need more decks. Wrath of the Gods, thank you, Yomi. Should I go and get the Firekeeper's soul? I'm reasonably competent enough in order to get that. Maybe not take on the rest of it, but yeah. Yeah, the one in New Londo. And knowing me, send the elevator back up. Oh yeah, and I can, since I have the master key, I can open up the Valley of the Drakes. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. Oh, what a sleepy I'm a dick! Oh, who missed? But not the third time. There's also a smith down here who's locked himself up purposefully. Looks kind of like a bellhop. Yeah, you can homeward bone as soon as you get the soul. I don't think I have a homeward bone. Nope, I don't. Yeah, he's the magic smith. I am getting 20 souls out of them. It's not a complete waste of time. Can't get that edge out of my ears. No. Oh, yeah. The undead. They're so upset. I'm gonna quickly open the door first. Maybe I'll find a homeward bone on the way. This is one of the things that I really loved about the first Dark Souls. How everything was interconnected in a way that really made it feel like one big world. I do not get that feeling from the next two. Get the Astoria sword. By name, I'm not quite sure where that is. Is it one of the things that the dragon over here is guarding? Old Pukey. Good work, my friend. Bloodborne has kind of that same layout as Dark Souls, in that it feels like one big city. So yeah, I like that layout. There's a little tinge of it in Dark Souls 2, if only in that you can actually see some of the areas that you go to in Majula, if you look out on the ocean. But you get there so quickly when you travel, it doesn't actually feel like you've made it there. Okay, so which one of these is the sword? Because I'd prefer to get that first. Yeah, the reason is the Stora Straight Sword is Divine Weapon. Left one, there it is. Oh shit, he was ready for me. Well, at least I got it. And this is why I sent the elevator back up. Can I wield it, though? Will it require... It'll require 10 decks. Well, let's... I do have all these souls. That's why we get them. So that when you die and lose all your souls, you'll have the soul items to make up for it. I hate when it does that. There, just get it up to 10. I like having a high equip load so that I'm at least not fat rolling. There. And as people are pointing out, since that's a holy weapon, I don't actually need to use the transient curse. Or am I think? No, I'm thinking of the skeletons on the way down to Pinwheel. Yeah, that is one positive addition. You can't use multiple souls at once, but it still closes out the menu. And it still has a weird bug where if you reopen the menu while your character is doing the animation of activating the souls, like of breaking it, it'll close the menu. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, that is much nicer. You're not standing there nearly as long using your souls. Let's see, how effective is this compared to the mace? Much more. At least against these guys. I nearly flew to my death. I'll go back for more stuff for the dragon after I get this. Oh, jeez. Hug me. You weren't close enough to hug me. Get out of the wall. Still works. Doesn't look like it dropped an item. I think there are more transient curses around here. Just in case you run out immediately. It's easier to fall down there than it looks. I prefer to activate these guys and then fight them off. There we go. Still got the curse active. They have such an impressive reach. And now you're all alone. Your stag do was a disaster. Since I don't have Homeward Bone, gotta precariously go home. Back in time before the curse had even finished up. Man, the story you learn about all these places, they never really captured that awe this game inspires. Until Bloodborne, frankly. And yes, now for the shield. Priorities. Both the shield and getting my souls back. I think I had like 700. I'm trying to grow crops! Oh, I missed you. Wow. Is that Sparkles, the transient curse? Yes, it is. So there is a visual indicator to help you know before it's worn off. They have no butt. The butts have fallen into the land of chaos. Let's see, I'm trying to gauge how much time I have. And how much space I have, too. Answer, not much. Now, how quickly do you start reacting when I get close? That feels like it reaches a little farther. Again! Fuck. Well, I got the shield. Lore question, is the Store Sword here the same one Honor uses in 3? I doubt they make multiples. I think that's goodbye to those souls for now. I'm not gonna waste time going back and getting them. Ooh, one hit. I want to get rid of the mad bomber up there. Man, getting the sword was such a good idea, folks. Thank you. Wow. Kicking them disrupts the Estus flask. I did not know that. Did any of you guys know that? Or maybe I just somehow killed him before it took effect, but it feels like that was long enough. Oh, yeah. See, how crap is the shield? Doesn't reduce much, whereas that is 100% physical defense. And it is stronger against fire. That'll be more useful sooner than later. Bong. Just blocking everything. Whee! Goodbye to him. I'm gonna come back this way or around this way anyway. So let's up, down, and look for stuff. Running Man. I disrupted him. Yomi says, a lot of people hate on the Bed of Chaos, but me personally, I hate the Sanctuary Guardian boss from the DLC. Sanctuary Guardian is really tough, yeah. But the Bed of Chaos, it's a special kind of badly designed. You can maybe get around it if you know what it's for. And I just realized I still forgot something, because there's a door hidden back here. It's not actually hidden, but you just can't see it. Black Assassin says they've been working on some artwork and found themselves making sketches for TheStrawhatNO. When I finish the pictures, where should I submit them? You can submit them... We have a Tumblr, TheStrawhatNO.tumblr.com. I haven't used it very much lately, if at all. I think the last post I made for it was announcing that Stalker Shadow Chernobyl was happening, which was like a year ago. But you can post it there, and I will retweet them, retweet or reblog, or if like you submit it, I'll post it or what have you. Just that's the best place, because even though I don't use it, it is connected to my main Tumblr account, so I will see the post. Chunkboy says the place reminds me of the Twilight Hyrule Castle. Yeah, a little bit. I think I need to be higher in order to make that. Dragon! You jumped forward with your dick. Forward with your dick. And before you knew it, you had got it on a stick. Black Assassin says he also had commissions open if anyone is interested. No, that's cool. I have several artist friends. It's always a good time to mention when you've got commissions going. Because then how else will people know? And getting commissioned art is really cool. I've commissioned multiple pieces of art from my friend Lore, including the album cover for my new album. He sent me a work in progress. It is looking so damn good.
Well now, you have your wits about you, then you are a welcome customer.
Apologies on YouTube's behalf, because they're pieces of shit. But, the chat won't allow you to post links, so I'm sorry if you have a post, like, a commission sheet for prices. Like, if you have a page somewhere, like if it's on Tumblr, just mention the account name there, and then people can go there. I'm probably going to be doing lots of arrowing at some point.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts.
I do write music, Jordan Allen. I've just finished recording for the album last week. Tomorrow I'm going to be mastering it, and then it's going to be available for purchase in December. And yeah, you can kill this guy for a sword. Should I? It's a dex sword, though. Because it's a ninja sword, and I'm more of a strength build right now. The person who mentioned it immediately said no. Yeah, we'll leave you alive. Can you buy a bow from him? I don't know. You're gonna get a free one at some point anyway. So who cares? The Uchi Katana. Yeah, that's the sword he has. Thank you. I briefly forgot the name. The Uchi Gucci, as Travis says. See, I got a crossbow. Not quite as useful for me. I mean, the first... It's not really first-person aiming, actually. It's part of the reason it sucks, but... Aiming the bow and arrow in Dark Souls is super janky. It's super off-angle. But once you've gotten used to it, you can breeze through quite a few things. Like that poison dragon. You can just stand... Like, if you've got 200, 300 arrows, and you got the time, just stand back and pelt him until he's dead. And then all those treasures are yours. Can't get up there, because that one part is broken. And it's just too slippery. I do like that in Remastered, you can just change your covenant from right here at the bonfire. Let's see, how many humanities do I have? I never used the Firekeeper Soul. Well, we'll be back there before too long, actually. I am gonna go ahead and use a couple humanities. Get myself back to human and then kindle the bonfire. Because I do come back to this one a couple times. And no, look at my pretty, yet sad face. You know, he says I never found crossbows useful. Not too much, not in this game. Chunkboy says it's a female Frankenstein's monster cleric. That is appropriate. It looks kind of like from the classic Universal Monster era Frankenstein monster. It's in the chin. God, that is scarily accurate, actually, yeah. What was the monster named? It had a name. Wasn't it like Peter? Peter or Henry? Adam? Yeah, the monster does have an actual name in the original book. The one sheep that wants to say hello to the shepherd. He had my idea. I don't need that anymore. But I do need these. Henry says in the book it's Adam. Okay. That makes sense. The subtitle is The Modern Prometheus, or something. The something Prometheus. And he is playing God, so, I mean... It's not a heavy metaphor. A little confused by something. I'm thinking about that tower, actually. So there are mimics in this game. One way to tell. Look at the chain. If it curves outwards towards you, it's a real chest. If it curves inwards, it's a mimic. Ooh. Oh, that's a good find. You don't often get stuff on regular corpses. Blech. There's a couple ways to tell if it's a mimic, actually. Sometimes you'll actually see it breathing. Like, you'll see the lid open. And I think I have one of the items right now. No, I don't. There's an item, it's a talisman. You can throw it on the mimic, and it will actually put it to sleep, and you can just take the item out of its mouth. That fire gave out pretty quickly. Oh, that's some good luck. Which of course means I'm gonna die instantly to this Black Knight. He's probably resistant to fire, actually, thinking about it. I completely fucking missed. Great. Well, there's a good chance to practice parrying, I think. If I don't get stuck on stairs. This is a really good shield. It's very stable against them. One nice thing about parrying is if you miss the parry exactly, it does actually reduce some of the damage you would take. It's not as good as a riposte, though. Another thing you can do, you can just backstab spam. Like that, right up the butt. Oof. He did not like me trying to do that. Yeah, it goes right up the ass. I think they're actually empty suits of armor, so like there's nothing actually in there. I'm entering a bad area. It's way too thin here to fight this guy. His helmet does look like bunny ears. I think they're supposed to be like... Actually, I don't know what they're supposed to look like. I briefly thought they might be like angel wings. I didn't get his weapon, but I did get a Titanite chunk. Black Assassin says they're probably Hermes wings. Yeah, something like that. They do look like some kind of wings. Or dragon horns. Yeah, it's... My instinct tells me it would be dragon related. And I can go say hi to Havel if I wanted. Do the stair jump trick to kill him. I'm not sure I know the stair jump trick. At least not by name. Is it pretty self-explanatory? I am not a parry god in any way. Usually by now I've got like stacks of armor just from these guys. Oh yeah, I forgot the prick up there. I managed to get him in, like, the frame where he had his shield down. He's still firing. You can actually see his head. Ava will be for another day. I think it's the barrel upstairs. One of these has a crystal lizard. It's that one. There we go. And that twinkling titanite I can put towards the sword. But first, let's make this quick and fun. We all know the trick. But first it's a good idea to come up here and get rid of these archers. And then go back down. Just smacking my chin against it. I love that brief moment where the music skips as it's trying to start. Still didn't fix that either. Oh right, I can't use gold pine resin on this magical weapon, but whatever. So no, I don't know if you guys remembered, because the stream archive got lost, but we had the audio of the Skype call at the time. But Travis beat this guy with 2 shields. And I think the only way he beat him was by just having him fall off the ledge. He's actually not too hard to fight, especially since he actually turns up later as a regular enemy. So you get plenty of practice. Yep, the spank plank. Can I just use it right now? No. It's not that masterful a key. Hello, chunky friend.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow. Far from it. I am Solaire of
People were very convinced that the child of Gwyn,
now that I am undead.
who got stricken
Great land, the
from
birth
godhood,
of Gwyn, to see
that was Solaire.
son.
It wasn't. It was some other guy, and you fight him in Dark Souls 3. At least people are pretty convinced
I get that.
the nameless god in Dark Souls 3 is that son of Gwyn. But people were pretty convinced it was Solaire up until then.
So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really...
That fucking face on his son.
Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst
Now I can make
strange
friends.
strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure.
I guess that's how they get away with bosses you killed in this game somehow returning in Dark Souls 3.
Gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Don't joke about my condition, asshole. Jolly cooperation. Sue's ready for more dragons. Do not just stand back here under the bridge. It is not far back enough. There's a helm. I'm gonna open up the shortcut first. And then I'm gonna have some fun with the dragon. And also do the thing that I was supposed to earlier. Chunkboy says, then again, does anything really die in this game? That is a good point. Yeah, I was gonna kindle the bonfire. That's why I did all that shit. Oh, is that... Huh. I don't need to. I didn't realize that was the case. So do they all start out at 10 now? Or is it just these two? Or did I kindle the bonfire? I've blanked so hard. I also want to increase my faith, because I am a cleric. Actually, how much do I need for one more level? I think I can do that. I think I have the bits for that. Do not waste a soul of a firekeeper. Chunkboy says bonfires cause Guinness foam. Yeah, actually, if you saw one of the GDQs, I think the most recent one, when they did Dark Souls 3, they did a glitch where the camera was really far out, and you can actually see that smoke is just a square around you. It looks weird. That's also a good way to farm for souls early on. Now, if you have a bow, you can actually shoot off his tail and get a pretty good sword. It'll last you a good while in the early game. This is why I did that. Do not get caught on the tail. Light the bonfire. Open the gate. And then sit at the bonfire. That was weird. And since there are enemies nearby, I can't sit down again. Don't kick me. I meant to kill him immediately at first. I insulted him. My sword's amazing. So this right here. Well, it used to be. This is where the Covenant of the Sun was. Do I have to use a gesture to pray? More fun later. Oh, I've been invaded, that's why. Why even? It's a good question. Is it a twinker? Looks like it. No. He didn't get the kill. It was that dude. At least I'm right there anyway. Why even? That guy understood something that we don't, I think. Why even? Oh, a claymore. That's a decent heavy weapon, too. Which I don't have the strength for. Chunkboy says, probably because what is this out and even didn't fit. Yeah. Well, now I can. So I can use a claymore, one-handed. And it is immediately stronger. I am doing magic damage at the same time, though. So I may not actually need to. The Store Sword might have been a good shout. Just right from the get-go. Rowan Atkinson says, Claymore's my husband, and I love him. It's better than, Claymore is my husband, and I fucking hate that prick. Vitamin more of this non-arena. To the moon! Oof. Right in the back of my head. Somehow I dodged that. But not that time. Henry, but mother, I love him. I think he's for another day. He's probably also magic resistant, thinking about it. That may have just been a bad idea in multiple ways. I'm gonna try to rush through this area. Oops. Because if you can get through that door before the undead is able to pull down the gate. You have to keep moving, though. And then let him pull down the gate to separate all of us. And now I can pull it. And it will never be in my way again. God. Black Assassin asks, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Weird Helmet Knight's sword, I think it's the Black Knight Great Sword, was recreated on Man-at-Arms Reforged. I wouldn't doubt it, they recreated a lot of video game swords. I remember when they recreated the Fierce Deity sword. That thing was massive, you just could not use it. He's dodgy. Oh, damn it. They coordinated that. Splat. Come on, pig. I haven't used any of my heals yet, either. You see that gap in his armor? You can stab the pig in the butt, too. I want to get rid of this archer first. There's a couple of ways you can fight the pig. The most fun way is to use these alluring skulls, which they heavily grab the attention of certain enemies. If you throw it into the fire... Uh-oh. The pig will wander up into the fire and just burn to death. But you can also stab him in the butt. Which is quite a lot of damage. If you're lucky, you could actually get the boar's helmet. It's really heavy, but it's a pretty good helmet. Now, actually, in this chapel is an elevator down back to Firelink. So I'll be able to put my Firekeeper soul to use. It's supposed to be a backstab. It just isn't. I hear a guy moving. Can I reach him from here? No. I think I can throw a knife at him. That'll draw aggro. I mean, it's a backside stab, yeah. Ooh, right through him. Oh, so you see that big guy. You cannot backstab him. You also can't really parry him. At least not in the way you might be hoping. Yeah, get distracted drinking. Oh shit! I forgot about the mage. I'll come back here, I just want to get the elevator working. Wonder if I can jump over this in the area below. Oh no, I could just do that. I forgot to get the goodies over here first time through. Let's see, how's a Morning Star compare to my mace? Not as... It does do bleeding, though. Cracked Red Eye Orb if you want to invade people. I don't, because I'm both not mean and not a weenie. Lloyd's Talisman. That was the talisman I couldn't think of. Throw that at a mimic, it puts it to sleep, and you can just steal the stuff right out of its mouth. Or put in pleasant things in the mimic. Not quite. Only goes one way with them. Also, it just occurred to me, I think the reason that statue and that covenant, the Covenant of Sunlight or whatever, it wasn't active is because you need 30 faith in order to join it. So I think it also won't activate until you're at 30. But now we can reinforce Estus Flask. No response. Her hair is a moss. Now the reason that I even got the Astora sword... No, wrong direction. Was so that we could go down into the graveyard. Since it's a holy weapon, I can kill the skeletons down there without having to kill the necromancer in order to actually make them kill a bull. I'm just gonna haul ass through these guys. It's the wrong path. Follow the stairs, Thorn. Kitsune Zero says, it's 30 faith, but drops every time you co-op with someone. And I have yet to do that. I do have my new soapstone. That does not do a lot of damage to them. That does a bit of damage, just not a lot very fast. They're probably still weak to blunt damage. Oh, hello. So there is a necromancer around here. If I didn't have a holy sword, they would break when you depleted their health, but then they would reform after a minute. And the necromancer is down here, actually. Part necromancer, part pyromancer. Blah. So I can kill them anyway, but otherwise now I would be able to kill them. And now I've got some backup. And you need to push that switch in order to move the door. Oop. Sword went flying. Right, I need to put the soapstone wherever it is. There it is. Can I leave it here? Yes, I can. We'll see if anyone here could use some help. From a holy woman with holes in her eyes. Interesting, his eyes are glowing, so I think he's actually affected by a necromancer that's over there somewhere. Cleric Stein. You see a necromancer from here. If you had a ranged weapon, you could probably kill him from here. Without drawing the aggro of those skeletons. Oh, until he... Oh, he's smart. He's hiding. Maybe I should keep my knives. Keep them available. Okay, another good addition they made. If you hold down the down button on your D-pad, it immediately goes back to the first item in your item inventory. You don't have to cycle through the whole thing. So a good way to go back to your Estes. He's still got the knife in his shoulder. I think he's trying to burn me. Doesn't work when you're behind a door, dude. Oh. Looks like he was gonna throw a bomb. I heard you. Draw aggro. He's got a posse. Annoying. Right into a wall. That's also useful. I think if they fall to their deaths, it counts as a permanent death too. Well, not permanent. Actually, it doesn't look like that's the case. I didn't get his souls, so that means he'll be coming back to life later. Oh, that's what he was doing. I love that. The corkscrew torpedo. Careful, those statues have spikes. I think. Okay, not those statues, but later ones will. I heard another one coming back. Oh, why'd I do that? Okay, so you can kick it out of its parry stance. I'm pretty much just taking these guys out one by one, and then I can kill the Necromancer. I think when you kill the Necromancer, it's a permanent death. Like, he's one of the enemies that doesn't come back. At least I hope it is. Because otherwise, this area is a pain to get through. Not even give you a chance. Oh, I hit the back of my head. Where did he go?
The bodyguard.
He did just disappear. It's probably just down here somewhere. That was the archer. That doesn't help me. He did the spin at me. And there was no way he was gonna hit me. You can still hit them while they're like that, I think. Bad timing. And also bad paying attention. Damn. That's what my patience gets me. You're shitting me. Black Assassin asks, did you ever have any sort of opinion on the Soul Calibur games? Not really. I recall playing a bit of 2, I think. The one with Link. But not for very long. I'm not into fighting games. Just in general, so... Well, he's dead. Have I ever had a game in a genre I usually don't care for that I really love despite the usual trend? I don't know. Hard for me to think of games that I actively genres that I actively dislike. Nothing really sticks out to me. Not what I meant to do, but okay. God, I hate that guy. You know what it is? I'm not used to playing this game without a bow. I'm just always cheesing from a distance. He immediately started turning the wrong way. Fucking hell. Yeah, you can. Keep hitting him. Wasn't sure if you actually could. They've got a really long wind-up. Do I read any types of novels? I'm not really a book reader. Not for some douchey, anti-intellectual reason, I just don't... I'm just doing something else. Kill you if it's the last thing I do. If it's not even the first thing I do. Which it very well might not be. Okay, he's down. And number 3. Oh, I confused myself. Where am I, father? Yes, that's what I wanted. Now he's dead. For sure. What are my favorite and least favorite foods? Favorite foods... Pizza, sweet and sour chicken. Those are the big two. Least favorite foods, I don't know, because I don't eat them. I'm not big on spicy foods. Like, we sometimes have enchiladas, and they're pretty unappealing to me. Your top two least favorites are shepherd's pie and lasagna. Wow. You might not have had good shepherd's pie or lasagna. Lasagna's alright, shepherd's pie, when it's good, it's amazing. Unless you actively dislike the taste of rosemary, then fair enough. I'm ready for him. I fucked it. Man, he fucked it hard. Whatever you were trying there, it was a disaster. And now you just stop. Stop, stop, stop. Nope. Oh. Oh good, this gauntlet. Thank you for making it easy on me. And making it easy on yourself, frankly. I see you, you prick. I wonder if I can poke him from here. I can get the angle right. Last throwing knife. This is not going to be worth it. It was not worth it. Where did you come from? You were not here when I arrived. Falchion. The Crescent Falchion was really good in Demon Souls. I don't know how well the regular Falchion holds up. When it's already out, it shouldn't count. God damn, that dude. Well, I hit him. And somehow I blocked it from behind. I love when they do that. Every damn time. And I hate you. Now this, I think, is a shortcut. I don't know how far I am from another bonfire, though. Oh, I was just getting my head on. Can't get my head on the ground. I think that statue pokes you, too. It's a goofy little trap. Oh, hello. I like the little pat they do when they've got their head on. Just making sure. Be wary of trap. There's a lot of them already. Missed. Oh yeah, there's a switch around here, I guess. No! I forgot to block. Oh, is that the way to the blacksmith? No wonder I keep missing him, because I always take a different path. Yomi says, oh yeah, they put a bonfire next to Vamos in the remaster. That's why it's $60. Well, there's a bonfire over here, actually. I know what you're doing, Patches. I forgot about the damn statue. I don't think I need to kindle this bonfire. Well, except then I'll use some of my items to level up a bit more. Got 3 proud knights already. That's a good boost. Yeah, I should get endurance up too. Good call. And then... Effect is the same. So we'll put that into strength.
Good day. You look reasonably sane. What are you doing in the catacombs? You're glaring at something.
No, but I am a liar.
Well, that's strange. Oh, I know what it is. You've come for the trinkets, haven't you? Well, whatever it is, this place is treacherous. You watch your step.
I can turn up the voice. I can barely hear them. That's tricky. Don't... That was pretty lucky. I think that's something that trips up a lot of players. Like, they die accidentally there. You want to aim for that ledge, not for the item you can see. That's just jerky. Thanks for watching, Black Assassin.
Be gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
My summon sign disappeared, but not my friends.
What's that then? Need some smithing? Then produce me some wares.
I need 2,000 to improve that. I don't care about my armor right now.
If that'll be all, then be gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
I always thought the effect on his voice was strange. I remember what's down here. I do not want to deal with them. Oh my god, I've got to deal with them! Bleh. Oh yeah, and I didn't actually sit at the bonfire. I need to remember to do that. That's something they added in later fucking hell. That's something they added in later Souls games, where you don't have to actually sit at the bonfire for you to be saved there. There. Yeah, the Frisbees of Death. That's a good name for them, frankly. Wonder if I can grab my souls on the way back. Yeah, it's right there. Duck and weave, duck and weave. At least they can't come in with me. They are all right there. I dropped some good souls. So if they're just gonna stand there, then I'll happily farm you through the wall. Weakness, attacking. I do have Homeward Bone. Though I don't think I'll be able to get... I don't think I thought this through. Whatever, seize the day. So this guy's creepy. I think those are the masks to represent his wife and daughter. Or at least wife and child. Because they're dead and he's trying to resurrect them. He's not super treacherous, he's one of the easier bosses. I'm not doing a lot of damage to him, though. He might be resistant to magic, so let's try out my Zweihander. A little more like it. Oh! Oh shit, yep. Can still be treacherous if you're not careful. One more hit! Down he goes. Well, you know what? We'll call it speedrun tactics. I think that's a key item. I can now kindle bonfires up to 3 times and get 20 Estus flasks. Damn. Well, there go my souls. I think I'm heavy, actually. Yeah. Which mask did I get? I didn't get a mask. I think I have to pick it up, if it's even still there. It isn't. Well, that just went badly in multiple ways, then. I do not want to take on this area. I don't even know why I came down here. I wonder if I've soft-locked the game, thinking about it. Because I don't know how I can get back out. Killed one of them. Then it killed me. I can get out, but it won't be easy. You don't say. I lost souls and some humanity. God, fuck. Well, it's been 2 hours. Might as well kill Vamos. Yeah, I'm never coming back here anyway. What does he do, specifically? What's unique about him as a blacksmith, compared to the others? Fire and Chaos. Then maybe something I'll want. I'll think about it at a later date. Right now, I just want to try and get out. If I die again to these things, I'll call the stream here. Yeah, Chaos is ridiculously powerful. I don't know if fire scales with intelligence. Well, you wanted dark in your Dark Souls. I think it's time to go back to my buddy. My original buddy. Can I knock him off? I can fall to my own death. Like, so? That was just weird. You know, I think I'm gonna call it here. We're just gonna pretend that Franken Cleric here got stuck in the catacombs forever. Before her skin fell apart and she became one with the skeletons. And she became the most ineffectual of all the bone wheels. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I've got several other things to stream. I don't know if I'm going to stream any more Dark Souls. I'm pretty sure I'm never going to complete the original stream series that I did a few years back, that Travis and I did. Even though I actually, if anyone remembers, I did several catch-up streams. But I ended up not finishing it anyway. Oh well. That's going to be it from me tonight. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to post one last link in the chat for anyone who isn't already on my Discord. I have a public Discord. Here's a link to it. No major rules, just be sure to read the ones that are there and generally don't be a dick. That's the big thing. And for that, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you all for watching. That's it from me.